Good morning. Yesterday I finished this commission, 12 books, with all different bindings, and they are 15 high by 5 wide. That's in centimeters. And I'm going to tell you something about Zaansch Bord and about the bindings and about Keith Smith, because some of the bindings are in the books of Keith Smith. So I'm going to shove this aside. And I tell you something about the mill, the paper mill in Zaansch in the Netherlands. If you're ever in the Netherlands, do visit, it's worthwhile. And the Zaansch Bord is made in this paper. This is a bit of where the paper is made. Also, I use some bindings that are in this book by Keith Smith. The 1, 2, and 3 section sewings. Mostly I did 3 sections and then doubled it because most of the books have 6 signatures. Non-adhesive, so for people who are a bit afraid of glue, this is very nice. Let's start. This is the first. It's a green Zaansch Bord, and I'm always told that green Zaansch Bord is made of surgeon cloth, because all the paper is made of old rags. This binding is called the Zigzag binding, and it's a binding you can find on the internet. At least I did. 3 colors. I used the DMC thread, Perlé number 5, which is rather strong. I don't wax it, because I don't make these books for eternity. So if it breaks or whatever, bad luck. Little button, and I'm going to show you the decal edge. Ooh, if I can open it, I can. Here's the decal edge. And because people always ask me, what does it look like inside? Well, it looks like this inside. And like this. And like this. So, pretty neat, if I may say so. Next. This is a pamphlet stitch, a double pamphlet stitch, 5 holes. And I did some packing so that it looks like festive lanterns. Nice button. Number 3, the blue one. I don't know what all the colors of the Zaansch Bord are made of, but I know this blue one is made of jeans, which makes sense, of course. Nice button. And this is good old French link stitch. I'll show you the decal edge. Here it is. I always leave this inside because if the if the thread of the button may break, you can always replace it. And this is the inside of the book. Neat, isn't it? Next is nice button. This is a Keith Smith binding from the book I just showed you. It's the spine braid. A spine braid is a 3-section binding. I made it a 6-section binding because I added another braid. Now this binding is very time consuming and you have to have a lot of patience to make this, but the results are always lovely. The spine braid. I know if I put it a bit closer, you can see the braid very well. Here's a light blue one with a cross-stitch binding. I'm an embroiderer, so cross-stitch is a very obvious choice for me to bind books with. These are 2 colored. Little rows of cross-stitch bindings. Here's another one. I like this button very much. It's Mother of the Pearl. I can show you the decal edge again. Here it is. And this binding is also very lovely. It's called the embroidery stitch. If you Google for embroidery stitch on YouTube, bookbinding, embroidery stitch, you may find a tutorial, or else I That's how I find it, at least. Here's a yellow one. And this is a chain stitch, a normal chain stitch. Put it a bit closer. Number 8. Oh, no, yeah. This is also a Keith Smith binding. It's called Rope, though I think it looks more like barbed wire. It's binding in the middle. It's also a 3-section binding, but I doubled it. And you start with the middle binding, a running stitch, and then you wrap the other, the thread of the other bindings around it, of the other sections. Here we have a nice pink one, or light red, with a packed pamphlet stitch, chain stitch. This is a chain stitch, and you do a little packing, and there are dots coming forward if you do that. Packing with dots. That's what I call this binding. This is also on the internet, I think. Nope. Here's a nice button. And again, a green Zaansch Bord, which means green surgery cloth. And here we see also a cross stitch, but then a very colorful cross stitch. I made half cross stitches with one color, and then I did the other color to complete the cross stitch. So it's a very colorful binding. Here's a blue one, also with a nice button from my late mother's button box. And this one is called, I don't know how what this one is called. It was on YouTube, and I call it the binding with the V's, or a double zigzag, or whatever you want to make of it. Last but not least, this is also a Keith Smith binding. It's called the Triple Wave. It's in the book I just showed you, and this is a variation because this one I made upside down, or I made this one upside down. It's just the way how you look at it, but it has to be. This one is 3 sections, and I made another one 3 sections, and I made them apart from each other. And in the original described in the book is that you make them just continuing. So this is a very nice one. And those were the books. Thank you for your attention, and have a good day.